Hi, my name is Layla, and I'm the owner of mybabyinheaven.com, which is an online memorial for babies that are in heaven due to abortion or miscarriage. And in this video, I want to address the myth that's out there that says that you've got to choose either career or having a baby. And I think that's false. I don't think that you need to make a decision between a career and or baby. To give you a little bit of a background, I personally have had three abortions and one miscarriage. And I had abortions because I had a partner that wasn't supportive. He thought that financially we weren't able to afford to have a baby. So again, he was making a decision either money or baby. Now, at that time, I was atheist. He was atheist. We didn't have a relationship with God. So we had no concept of the idea that we were going to be taken care of, that God was going to take care of us. I'm going to read a Bible verse from Matthew 6:26, which reads, "Look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them." Now, I think that's such an important verse because at the end of the day, we are provided for by God. And that's something that I didn't know that I didn't think about back when I was making all decisions worldly without God. I wasn't making decisions based on what God wanted for me. I was making decisions based on what I thought was best for my life. Because number one, I mean, I didn't really have a connection with God, so I wasn't considering his plan for my life. But because I made a lot of those decisions and I went and I had three abortions, there was consequence to me having those abortions. And that's something that people don't talk about in the whole pro abortion industry. They make it seem like you can just go have an abortion and you're going to be fine and everything is going to be back to normal. You can go chase after your career. You can go make all the money. You can go have your freedom, do whatever you want now that you don't have that baby in the way. And that's sort of the idea that's out there that I fell into thinking it's going to be hard. I mean, I fell into the world's overpopulated. We shouldn't have babies. The world's overpopulated. I need to make a certain amount of money. I mean, it costs $250,000, to raise a kid up until 18 or whatever those figures are. It's this, it's that, it's impossible. So let's have an abortion. Then after you have one abortion, you experience that trauma. Statistically, women will tend to have more abortions. It's almost like you're repeating that trauma. Had a second abortion, end that relationship, jump into another relationship a few months later and get pregnant and think, I'm not ready. I'm not married. I'm barely starting my career, whatever reasons I came up with, and had another abortion. And it wasn't until later, more recently actually, that God actually led me to get healing and he gave me the name of my babies, which is why I have the website My Baby in Heaven. And it's got a 5-week series where women can go through the whole process of forgiveness, of emotional recovery after abortion. Then you end up giving your baby a name, and then you memorialize your baby by putting your baby's name there on the online memorial. So I made a decision to get an abortion. And if you realize the majority of those reasons was I wasn't ready, it would get in the way of my career, I'm not ready, I don't have a supportive husband. Now, if I had made the decision to have those babies at that time, would it have been difficult? Sure, but life is difficult in general. Fast forward, God still ended up blessing me with two identical, beautiful baby girls. Then 11 and a half months later, I become widowed. My husband passes away. So at the very beginning, the first abortions that I had, the first two abortions with that partner that I had was because I didn't want to do it alone because he wasn't supportive. I wasn't going to raise a baby alone. So I had an abortion. I did what he wanted, essentially what he wanted. I mean, I didn't feel the support and I didn't have the concept in my mind that God's going to take care of me. So just go ahead and have these babies. By the third time, and plus there's this whole movement, your choice, women can do whatever she wants. So a lot of men are just leaving the choice up to the woman, whatever she wants. So that's what happened with the third abortion. I ended up marrying him and I ended up having twins with him. He's the one that passed away. So All the decision becomes on the woman. Sometimes the woman doesn't feel like she has the support of the man, and then she makes a decision to have an abortion, and then that leads to trauma. Undoubtedly, there's going to be trauma because your body is getting ready to have a baby. Your body, the hormones and everything is changing, and then you abruptly end it. Of course, everything's going to change. And there is spiritual. I mean, God says in Psalm 139 that He knows that baby in your womb. That means that that baby has a name. Even though we're told it's my body, my choice, but that baby inside, that's the baby's body. And when you're doing an abortion, you're terminating the life of a human being. And I blocked that out of my mind. When I went to Planned Parenthood, they show you on the screen and they say, it's just, look, it's tiny, it's nothing. Of course, that's what it looks like when you're looking at a screen. But if you download that app and you can see the actual development of your baby, that human is developing. And I always had my abortions around 6 weeks to 8 weeks. That means baby had a heartbeat at that point. So it was a life that I ended. Now, I'm so blessed that God still gave me twins. And would you believe that now I'm a single mom? My biggest fear of being a single mom came to fruition. But do you think that I've been abandoned? No. God has still continued to provide for my daughters and for myself. So I really want to encourage you, if you find that you're pregnant and you're teetering between, do I have an abortion? Do I not have an abortion? You know, there's a lot of resources out there. You can look up pregnancy centers near you. They will have resources to help you financially. I personally am an entrepreneur. I run my own business. I'm in the financial services industry. I mean, if you're looking to make extra income, get that license, get a life insurance license. I have not worked for a boss since 2015. I've been working for myself. There's so many ways that you could generate income. I work from home. I do all my appointments on Zoom. There's so many ways in this world that you could make additional income. And I guarantee that if you do the right thing and you keep that baby and you put your faith in God, He's going to provide for you. He will take care of you. If you don't know God, if you haven't read the Bible, I recommend you buy a Bible, maybe like a New King James Version or NLT or NIV. I don't know, New King James Version, I think, is easy to understand. Get that and look up the book of John. Start with the book of John, or maybe even the book of Luke, and start with the New Testament and read through the Bible. Join some Bible series. Go to my website, mybabyinheaven.com, and check out some memorial of some babies that are in heaven, of messages that parents have written for those babies. Now, if you have had an abortion in the past, and if you haven't gone through a recovery series, then I really recommend you go to mybabyinheaven.com. There you can do a video series from the privacy of your own home, or you can get the book. So you can do the handbook along with the online video series. Because if you do a video series, you either have to find a local church or a pregnancy clinic where you can go in person. There aren't that many around, or maybe you might not feel comfortable doing it with a group of other people. But if you can do it from the privacy of your own home, I think that can really be helpful to you and really bless you. Now, if you know any women that have had an abortion in the past, and if they haven't gone through a healing process, head over to mybabyinheaven.com to learn more. I hope that I encouraged you. If you have any questions, if you want to reach out to me through the website, or on Instagram. It's love, Love, love my baby in heaven. That's my Instagram there. On Facebook, it's LUV, my baby in heaven. And you can find me there. Reach out to me. But, I guarantee that if you have a baby, God's going to provide. I'm not saying that life is going to be super duper easy. I mean, it's not easy for anybody, but that's no reason not to have a baby. If you have had a difficult life and you're coming above it and you're, making it happen for yourself, there's no reason why that baby isn't going to make something of him or herself. I mean, just read stories from people that were almost aborted, And they went on to do amazing things in this world. All these babies that are being aborted, we don't know what kind of life they could have led. We don't know. All the three babies that I aborted, who knows who these little boys would have been. And I know they're boys because God gave me their name and He told me. Who knows what life that they would have led. But God gave me another chance. He blessed me with two beautiful little daughters, and I'm doing my best. And God is giving me guidance every step of the way. So I hope that I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to meet with you. And please check out mybabyinheaven.com and also share it with anybody that you think will benefit. Thank you so much. Have a great day.